The Chicago Bears do have some positive growth from last season. Ain't that something to hear? And in areas that may shock you. Hello, everyone. Back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. I have one person on each side of the football, and ironically, both in the trenches that are helping this team grow. Andrew Billings, defensive tackle, and rookie right tackle Darnell Wright. Both these guys are off to a great start this year at their respective positions and are making the Bears bearable to watch. Before I jump into it, please make sure to hit the like button on this video as it helps me tremendously. Put your thoughts in the comment section below about who you think is having a positive impact on this team. And if you haven't already, we please could hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to get your ticket to our Murphy's viewing party. This upcoming Sunday, come out to Murphy's Bleachers in Wrigleyville, right outside of Wrigley Field. You can meet Bears content creators and some of the other community coming together to watch the Bears take on the Denver Broncos. Free food and free Freshly Tequila Seltzer while supplies last. Let's hope they knock their first W of the year. So let's get into Andrew Billings and Darnell Wright and how they're being the positives of this team. Let's start off with rookie right tackle Darnell Wright. The 10th overall pick in last year's draft is doing a hell of a job, in my opinion, and making himself an asset for the Chicago Bears moving forward. As many of you remember, Wright actually was injured during training camp with a high ankle sprain and was out only for a few days. Many were worried that this would impact his performance, but so far he has dominated at his position when healthy, and to our knowledge has been very great ever since. Like right here, Wright literally owns this play by forcing the defender to the ground using his upper body and lower body strength. Also, Wright constantly stays with his man. Like right here, he never stops moving his feet. Yes, Justin Fields got blown up, but that wasn't Wright's fault. It wasn't his side where the defender was coming from, and he did everything correct. For a rookie, he sure as heck looks like a lot like a veteran on that field. Like, look at what he did week 2 against All-Pro Shaq Barrett. He controlled the entire play here. What a great job to protect Justin Fields. And last week, his only really big mistake that we've seen on film, at least in my opinion, was when he went against one of the best defensive tackles in football in Chris Jones, and it did a lot better than what we saw from right tackle in the last couple of years for the Chicago Bears. I don't think anyone could have blocked Chris Jones like Darnell Wright did. What a great job. So his stats so far this season. It's been on 177 offensive plays with only 1 penalty. That's a big positive for the Chicago Bears offensive line. He's allowed 2 sacks and had a PFF grade of 67.3. For those who don't know PFF grades, that is very respectful. It is very tough for people to get even into the 80s, which the next person, Andrew Billings, actually is in the 80s at the moment. But what a great job by Wright out of the gate. He's gone against 2 All-Pros in his first 3 NFL games. He's also ranked the 27th offensive tackles, so left and right tackles out of 67 graded. On top of that, he has a 72.8 run blocking grade, ranked 11th amongst all offensive tackles. He has gotten better every single play, and he is going to be a huge pillar for this team moving forward. Let's go to the next guy, Andrew Billings. A quiet success for that Chicago has needed. And before the season began, a lot of people, including myself, were hoping we'd have another Akeem Hicks type signing in him. Well, in my opinion, he sure is quietly. Billings may be over 315 pounds, but this dude moves. He leads this play so well against Tampa that leads to the tackle at the line where it could have gone for a much bigger game like it has most of this season. The Bears have been chewed alive dozens of times on screens like that, but not when Billings is around. And usually the screens are to his opposite side. Andrew Billings also does a great job at getting into the backfield as a defensive tackle. Look what he did to that guard right there. Little 2-step move, moves his giant frame quickly and gets to the backfield and create much needed pressure, which the Bears haven't been able to get a lot of this year. He's a great mentor to the younger guys like Zach Pickens and Javon Dexter Sr. on this team, and we're able to get those moves down, especially if he can help them with bigger frames than he has and they're quicker. They could be dangerous just like he is. His stats are defensive tackle stats. Nothing crazy, but if you put it in a defensive tackle, they're pretty good. 7 total tackles, 3 of them being solo, 1 tackle for loss, and a PFF grade of 81.3. That is amazing. Like I said earlier, it takes a lot to get even into the 80s, and he was at a 74 last year. This guy has been an absolute steal for the Bears so far. He is clearly having a huge impact on this team, creating pressure, and a lot of the defensive offensive linemen aren't doing that for the Bears right now. Billings is a guy who can be a massive impact moving forward on this team, building the younger guys and hopefully sparking the other veterans. The trenches are an area that the Chicago Bears need to build, and these two guys are doing that. Hopefully, these two guys can be more positives for the guys around them, sparking the rest of the unit and hopefully getting to their level. Put your thoughts in the comment section below about what you guys think. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down.